Oh ho, me hearties, ho ho! A very, very good evening to you. Wednesday evening, welcome, welcome, welcome. I say, random pop up just for you, saying Dinky-Doo, Scottie McClue, hashtag FloatI, first lord of the internet, never a dull moment. It's the 23rd of February, 23rd of February 2022. So there you are. Yesterday, of course, was the 22nd of the second of 22. How wonderful is that? And the next one will be what? 30, 30, 33, 33, all that sort of stuff. I fear I will be going a little bit thin on top by that stage in the game. Welcome, welcome. I'm back, my G. Dylan Goodman. Evening, Scotty. How's things? Robert, lovely to have you with us. Always good to have you with us. And tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Lots happening tonight, and we want to get as many of you on as possible. Evening, Scotty. How's things? Absolutely fabulous tonight, Robert. It's just so good. I'm very, very excited about all the great stuff that's happening on Scottie McClue's internet at the moment, with a lot of chat about going back on the radio. So there we are. We like that. Scotty, it's you. I'll be watching in the bath. Excellent, Kareem. You have a nice, long, relaxing soak, I say to you. Hi, Scotty and Kareem. Thank you, Susan. Hi to you. Hi, buddy. It's going to snow tonight. Very bad tonight. Do you think so, Martin? We've got sort of heavy rain at the moment. So there we go. Hello, Susan. How are you? Says Kareem to Susan. We like that. There we go. Are you in the Scottish? What are you talking about, Jamie? How very, very strange. None of that makes any sense at all. There we are. Welcome, 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 I say. Scotty, how are you? My dear sir, we are Dinky-Doo to you, Scottish Eddie Boy. Lovely to have you with us. And I take it that's Eddie Boy from Newmarket down in Cambridgeshire. Are you very good? I am exceptionally very good. I'm mega good tonight because it's so lovely to see so many people coming and joining us. This is what we want. What school were you educated in? Oh, an approved school. It was approved by the police. No doubt about that. No, I went to a very, very fine school indeed. Hi, Scotty. How the devil are you doing, old boy? We're excellent, Chewy, and Dinky-Doo to you. So lovely to have you with us. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Lots and lots happening tonight. So I'm so glad you could make it. I don't know if you can actually hear the rain on the studio windows. Can you hear that? Yes, yes, absolutely. Hey, Mr. McClue, love you. Keith, how lovely to have you with us. And a big Dinky-Doo to you. This is spectacular. Anybody hear the rain here? Now, Christopher, why do you think Kareem's not Scottish? You've said that a couple of times, and he sounds very Scottish to me. You're muted, bro. We can't be muted, let me see. No, all is well. I think your kit must be muted, bro. So there we are. It's dry, says Kareem. So there you are, Kareem. Excellent. Kareem's in Glasgow in an area called Newton Mearns. And he says it's dry. So excellent, Kareem. There we go. Is it dry in the bath? That's what we're asking. Fantastic. Hey, everybody. Love to Stuartfield. Yes, we love Stuartfield, a very fine part of the world. And I would imagine called Stuartfield after one of the great Stuarts, because Walter Stewart was the great steward. There we are. And I think he married Marjorie Bruce. Was that right? Of Robert the Bruce fame. Fantastic stuff. So there we are. They're all having a chat. There's Keith having a wee chat with everybody on the old chit chat. Great to have you with us. What's been happening today? Give us news. Keep us up to date. There we go. I hope you're well. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Mikey. There we go. Fantastic. It's bucketing here in South Glasgow, Scotty. Right, Universal Magic. Well, it's bucketing in McClue Towers as well. Fortunately, on the outside, I say to you. If you've just joined us, a very warm welcome. Never scroll, never troll. So much to talk about and so little time to do it in. Does anybody know when we popped up? I think it was around the 8:45 mark. Dinky-Doo, how are you, Mr. McClue? Oh, Fiona, we are marvelous. Absolutely outstanding. So good to have you with us. And welcome to TikTok's Top Talk Show. Remember, never scroll and never troll. Follow us as soon as you can. Thank you, Michelle. What's the news tonight, Scotty? Well, very, very interesting. A lot of chat about Russia and the Ukraine. So there we are. Kareem sending me beautiful gifts. I thank you, Kareem. You're very kind. He's sending me TikToks and a rose. We love that. Dinky-Doo. Kareem, you're one of the most generous men on the planet. This is absolutely outstanding. Anybody scrolling, stop here. You've arrived at your dream base. That's what it's all about. Do come and join us as soon as you possibly can. We have a lot to talk about tonight, and we want to get on with it rather quickly. Scotty, yes, Daniel, Dinky-Doo. Fortnite, Dinky-Doo to you. Right, cold out here tonight, Scotty. Right, cold out here tonight, David. Is that right? I think David's in Greenock. He's a branch of the green oak tree in Scotland, a very, very fine part of the world and a great part of the world to grow up and to come from. So there you are, anybody that knows Greenock. Kareem says, Scotty, the rain has started in Newton Mearns. Ah, Kareem, right. Celtic or Rangers, says Sefity. Sefity, my advice to you, if you're struggling for which one, would be to go and see them both play. And then make up your mind. They're both quite good teams. And you can change around. You can support Rangers one week, Celtic another. That's what the Glaswegians do. You don't really support the same team for any length of time, I would say. There we go. And remember, of course, they're both exactly the same religion. So there's no need for any rivalry between Rangers and Celtic. Thoughts on the Russia-Ukraine situation? I think it's getting a little bit hot. I think Mr. Putin's sitting with an old set of thumb screws. And I think he's laughing at us in the West, and he's turning up a little bit more on the thumb screws each time to see what the West will do in terms of reaction. So there we are. So we've apparently put a few sanctions out, including those on the very generous Russians that have given a lot of money, millions of pounds, to the Conservative Party. There we are. Opinion of Partick Thistle. I absolutely love Partick Thistle. I remember going to Firhill and I wasn't sure how to get there. And I said to a policeman, I said, excuse me, could you direct me to Firhill? And he said, if you just follow the crowd, sir. So I ended up in the supermarket at Summerston. Wonderful stuff. What I thought was muscle flexing has now become an arm wrestle. Kulalio. What a clever thing to say. Typical of you, a very switched on guy. There we are. Dinky-Doo, Mr. McClue. How are you this fine evening? Fat Joker. Thank you for all your kindness the other night. You sent me TikTok gifts galore. Very, very much appreciated. Scotland 2023 independence with the monarchy leading the way. Absolutely, Kareem. Well, the monarchy is effectively Scottish. That's what it's about. Hi from Snowdonia. We love hearing from you, Welsh button, in Snowdonia in Wales. Scotty, do you not want to comment on energy bills? I have commented on energy bills many times. You need to not miss ever a Scotty McClue live. There we are. Putin, I think, is testing the water. He is. Dinky-Doo, Scotty, good to see you again. And your dear self, I say, Sparricles. Oh, we like you, Sparricles. Long time no hear. If Putin hits fast lane, we're all mince. Should I continue to my house up? I mean, do my house up. I think it is. Yes, always do your house up. So there we are. Good day to you, sir. And Dinky-Doo. Now, there we are. Well, we can't actually have that. So we'll have to say bye just now to you, Jaden, I'm afraid. There we are. What a shame. But anyway, there we go. Now, what have we got? What do you think is the best place in Scotland? All of it. All of Scotland is the best place to be in the world. There's no doubt about that. Face masks, do you think we should keep wearing them? Yes, I don't have one on at the moment, but I think I could find one and put it on for you. Yes, I think we need to take every precaution to keep us safe from the pandemic. And plus, I mean, some people you might not want to look at. It hides a good bit of their face. So there are bonuses. It's a win-win. Scotty, I think when I was asking you what you thought, I don't think my question was appearing. That's why I asked. Ah, right, Scottish Eddie boy. I get you. Hello, Scotty from New Jersey. I love all your content. Mike, so good to have you with us. Mike Raymond in New Jersey. We love having you guys with us. A huge percentage of Scottie McClue's lives are to the United States of America. Can everybody get sharing, guys? Share this as much as you can. There we are. If Ukraine declared themselves independent from Russia 20, 30 years ago, why can't the two rebel areas? Absolutely, they could declare themselves independent. Just say to Mr. Putin, listen, chum, we are going independent. I love watching you. You're so animated. Welsh button. You are so very kind to me, I say. Scotty, you go to Russia and have talks with Putin. Mr. Putin and I would get on so well. I would say to him, Privyet, Vladimir, Privyet. Scottie McClue, how do you do? There we are. Can you get your tanks off our lawn? Yes, absolutely. Have a word with him, I say to you. Now then, do you know where Straven is? Oh, Kieran, do I know Straven like you know Straven? Evening, Scotty, how are you? Thank you, Fat Joker, for 9 beautiful TikTok gifts. How kind are you? This is lovely. Right. We've got some chat coming on here. Scotty, I got booted from the stream. Ah, Eddie, you're with us now. What about the witches that were burnt in the 16 and 1700s? They may get a pardon from the Scottish government. Well, they well deserve a pardon, the poor things. You see, witches were not evil at all. That was something the church put out. Naughty church. Have to have a word with the church. Yes, yes. No, they should be pardoned because they were very clever women who were herbalists. And the church was very male-orientated and did not like women unless they were in their place, and especially very clever women unless they were in their place, and especially very clever, educated women who could cure illnesses. Do you see what I mean? Very, very important. Now then, listening from South Yorkshire, P. Grant, we love you in South Yorkshire. We love everyone in South Yorkshire. What a great part of the world. Now, evening, Scotty says, Max the Mackham. How was the football last night, Max? You were going out to the match just as you were on the live last night. Or was it the night before? Night before. I don't think we did a live last night, but I've uploaded lots of fabulous videos for you live on TikTok. Good evening, Scotty Dinky-Doo. 9 TikToks again. Fat Joker with a PH. You're very, very kind. So if somebody wanted to test you for pH, they would get it from you, Fat Joker. Guys, can everybody follow me, please? Every single person follow me. High Lord of the High Road, a Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Shame. Scotty, I love that pic of you and Prince Charles. Oh yes, on the TikTok videos, yes, there's a couple of ones where I get photobombed. You are a wee delight, says Welsh Button. And Welsh Button, you are absolutely a delight, I can tell you. Best place in Scotland is Arran, by a mile. Right? Is that by Paddy's Milestone? I'm going to turn my cup round. Hang on a second. I can see what's going on. There we go. What about that? Now, that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing, everybody, sharing the live and for following me. So good of you. I'm at the Earl Grey there. It's just gorgeous. There we are. Share the videos, everybody. And also, can you share the TikTok videos. Very important. Can you all see the TikTok videos, guys? And I need about a dozen of you to go on to, I need a dozen of you to go on to the Scottie McClue YouTube channel. You'll see the URL on the TikTok bio. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, how's your evening going? It's beautiful white star. It just got better. Have you ever had a fist fight, says Sammy Jones? Sammy, don't be ridiculous. Who on earth would ever risk a fist fight with Scottie McClue? Don't be silly. Have a look at my fists, right? Look at that. Imagine that coming straight at you, right on the nose, or 41. Have a look at my muscles. Look, I can't even get a hand round them. See? There's a bicep for you. And they're absolutely solid. Look. See? No movement. So there you are. That's what happens. So what a silly question, Sammy. There we are. Love the cup, Scottie. You need one that says First Lord of the Internet. Sparicles. We'll get one. I can tell you. All this will come. There is no doubt about it. Is this broadcast available on Twitch? I wasn't able to access it there. I tried twice. VJ, it's not actually. We're not on Twitch at the moment. But if anybody's a Twitcher, then get on to Scottie_McClue and follow my channel. There were, I think we had 95. Murray O'Donnell. Hello, rare Scottie. Hello, rare Murray. Always good to have you with us. What a top man you are. There we are. Fantastic stuff. Now then, who have we got here? Hi, Scottie, says never. First Lord of the Pugilists. Are you a pugilist, Cornelio? Yes. So there you are. Do you like Pugin? That designed so much of the Houses of Parliament. I've seen bigger muscles in the beach, says Bungalow Bill. Bungalow Bill? Your eyes wouldn't even have taken in what I've just shown you. Back in the day, I'd have bumped your mate Mabon. You couldn't fight your way out a wet paper bag either back in the day or now. You couldn't fight sleep. So don't be silly. There we are. I'd have put you in your back while you were walking across the floor. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, a wee legend. Preston Pans. Now, they know about a battle at Preston Pans for the Pans ken. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, a wee legend. Dobie, how lovely to have you with us. Fantastic. Sorry, sir, I'll never question your power again. I should hope not, Sammy. My goodness, and that was only one arm. We've got another one here, the same size. Look at that. Look at that muscle there. Just have a wee look at that. Eh? I don't know. Hi, says Earth. Dinky-Doo, glad you're on again. I'm stuck in there, got COVID after 2 years of avoiding it. Fat joker. I am so sorry to hear this. This is not good news. Fragrance listening in South Yorkshire. Keith said and says, very true, Scottie. There we are. Is this broadcast? No, we're not available on Twitch, as we said. Keith Snedden has sent £5. Keith, that is so good of you. You're a very, very, very generous, kind, thoughtful man. Keith has gifted me something almost every night for the last week. What a lovely, lovely thing to do. Thank you, Keith. £5. He must have tapped the dollar at the bottom of the super chat on YouTube. There we are. Snow falling in the Shire, says Murray. Murray, you'll get the snow out there. Murray, do you remember, I don't know if you're a man who's frequented the lovely little inn at Lake of Menteith. Yes, I can remember going in there some time ago, and boy, was it a lovely place to be. We used to drive out just to sit at the log fire. Amazing, out in the Shire, at the log fire in the Shire. Who's the Doug in the background? Not the one they tie on. Oh, that's Lord Reith, the Labrador, my beautiful big Labrador. Look at the TikTok videos and you'll see a picture of Lord Reith. He is such a beautiful guy, sadly no longer with us. But tonight I was visiting a friend and I got to pat his beautiful big Labrador, who reminded me of Lord Reith, one of these beautiful straight downward wagging tails. Happy to see you all the time. Wonderful. There we go. Fantastic. Now, that's the Doug in the background, Gary Gauze. So there we are. Look at this silly Mabon. Mabon, back in the day, I'd have bummed you. You couldn't bum yourself. You're more likely to bum yourself in the snow. Remember, they were saying war was going to happen between the US and Iran. It didn't happen. No sparkles. Hopefully, the Lake Hotel, Scotty, lovely place. Have I got that right, Murray? Very small bar, solid timber bar, just taking a corner of a room, and the fire on, and lovely little seats. Beautiful. Beautiful. So there we are. Scotty, see here in Newmarket, there's horses worth millions. Scotty, Eddie boy, you're worth millions. Yes, indeed. Can you unblock my friend Sarah? She must have said something silly, Neve. There we are. All right, Scotty, Dinky-Doo, Connery, Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us. Well, hey to the Panners, Ken, the Ponds. There we are. Used to live near the Ponds. I stayed out at the Sultans. There we are. Used to listen to you on the radio. Good to have you back. Hi, Scotty, says Fergie. You've been up to much today. Huge, huge day. Met again very interesting, clever people. Fantastic. Keith, I can't thank you enough for your kindness. £5 straight onto the YouTube there. Beautiful. The Guns of Navarone are dopey. I like the Guns of Navarone. You can, but a chippy with that. So they are. What are you talking about, Neve? There we go. You've heard of Iron Mike. So there we are. We've got Stainless Steel Scotty. Absolutely. Opinions of Falkirk, Scotty. You never mess with a Falkirkian. Yes, touch yen, touch aw. Never. I'd rather meddle with the deal than the bairn of Falkirk. Again, like Falkirk very much. Actually enjoy it. Yes, Inchmahome Priory. Lots of history. Absolutely, Murray. So there we are. Opinions. Yes, I'll come out someday, Murray, and take you for a refreshment. So there we go. Yes, Shane, absolutely. What do you think of the art of falconry? I've actually held a falcon. A lovely guy said, would you like to hold him? I said, yes, I would. So he put this great big gauntlet on me, and then he transferred the falcon, and the falcon gave a wee flap of the wings and then settled down. Then the falcon went, and I said, is he all right? He said, yes. He's just telling me he's very comfortable with you. Isn't that nice? How does that work? There's a falconer for you. I remember a girl, actually, whose husband was a falconer, and nobody believed it. Would you get another lab, Scotty? Perhaps, Robert, someday the right one will find me. But I just went in to see my friend, and this beautiful big guy comes up out the basket, all bright-eyed with the tail going, and introduced himself. And he looks great, and he's big. Not fat, just big. You know, same as Lord Reith. Lord Reith was a huge Labrador. I don't have a picture right beside me, but you can see him behind me there. He was a big guy. There we are. Dinky-Doo, absolutely, Neve. Yes, indeed. But we don't go into all that. I have butter with my toast. Absolutely, email, quite right too. I often have butter with my toast as well. There were followers as soon as you can, guys. Fit like for an Evertonian in London. Fit like in London. Are they understanding the Doric? Ken. So you'd walk about London and you'd say, Ken, see, here, Loon, fet's the big cloaky up at tour. Eh? Big Ben. I'll ask him then. No bother. There we are. Fantastic. You could take your tractor down to London. You could go to Buckingham Palace. And you could say, "For your neep shade." And I'll give you some of them. I'll give you a tenner for your badge. No, the badges are not for sale. There they are there. And we thought, when I become TikTok famous, when you lot get your act together and everybody follows and starts sharing, right? Then these are the badges. And we thought £2.50 or £5. What do you think? How big are falcons? Oh, they're big. They're very big. I mean, you know, big, massive. There we are. Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Now, what have we got here? Lots and lots and lots of you. Fantastic. I'll just dealing with a wee troll here. Fantastic. Let's go. Now then, Scotty, where did you grow up? In Greenock. I was born in Brisbane Street. You'll probably see the blue plaque. So there you are. Last one was a typo. Maybe I see. No problem at all. You and I would get on fine. Do you still have a dog or no? No, the last one passed away about a year ago this time. Incredible. And I was taking my car in for a service, and I had his collar medal on the key ring, and I transferred my house keys over so I could get into the house. And then there was a little tinkle on the ground, ding. And I thought, what have I dropped? And it was the dog's collar medal saying, I'm coming with you. Just as little Clydie used to always say, I'm coming with you. Sign the badge and cost a tenner. Gaze a tune, play a tune on the accordion. I might do that. Scotty, what's the proudest moment in your career? Going to watch Francie and Josie, who I was brought up watching, Ricky Fulton and Jack Mulroy on their final show at was it the Pavilion Theatre? King's Theatre, Pavilion Theatre. Can't quite remember. Anyway, one of the big Glasgow theatres. And I went backstage afterwards, and I found out that they were both huge Scottie McClue fans. So my show business idols were fans of mine. And they said, oh, Scotty. Jack Mulroy says to me, oh, Scotty. I said, Jack, how can I thank you for the years and years? They were both in their 80s. The years and years of pleasure that you've brought to the people of Scotland and beyond. And he says, Scotty, we listen to your show every day, son. It's brilliant. And see, when you finish, we just put it off. And sure enough, the DJ that followed me, 80,000 people put their radios off. I don't think I was his favourite man. Still watch the final show, King's Theatre, Francie Josie Class Act. Angela, if you watch closely, you'll see Scottie McClue in the audience. You sound like the guy out of Still Game when Jack and Victor go to the posh estate for the shooting. If someone was to describe you in 3 words, what would it be? Full of nonsense. So there we go. I think that would probably be it. There were, and a lot of brilliant knowledge that I've acquired over the years as well. But I think full of nonsense. So there we go. I think that's the way. Or Scotty's some boy. That would be quite good as well, I say to you. The wonderful Malcolm has just joined us. Malcolm, Dinky-Doo to you. Lovely to have you with us. I've heard wonderful things about you. We've never actually met, but I see you on social media on video, and I say to you, Dinky-Doo to Malcolm. There we are. Dinky-Doo, I hope you're fresh. I am fresh as a daisy. Now, there we are. Keith, it has my full name on the black dog. Thanks, my lovely. That's the snow starting. Woo! Keith, keep well. Keith, I bet you drove the buses in the snow. Do you remember that wonderful lady, girl, lady driver, whatever, when a car crossed to the wrong side of the road in the snow, and this incredibly talented Lothian bus driver coming along in her bus swung it out and in on the snow and avoided a crash? Oh, we'll not mention any names because we don't want to embarrass every day. So there we are. Keith, LMAO, there's so many Susans, leave it just now. I know what you mean. There we are. The internet phone in, Dinky-Doo. Safar, Ali, lovely to have you with us, Safar. The Dinky-Doo Oracle. You get to choose 3 people to spend an evening with. Who would it be? Alive or not? Jesus Christ. That's who I'd like to spend the evening with. I'm not threatening. James Watt and Lord Reith of the BBC, assuming he behaved himself. So there we are. I'd have the three of them to dinner for a chat, because I'm sure Reith would understand what James Watt was talking about. There we are, Dinky-Doo, the article. And I'm sure Reith would love to have met Jesus Christ himself. There we are. Fantastic. So a very religious man. Lord Reith explained. R-E-I-T-H, who we called the Labrador afterwards. Lord Reith started the BBC 100 years ago. He was a Glaswegian and a Glasgow academical, an Ackie. And he was born in 1885, I think. And he started the BBC in 1922 as the general manager. There was only 4 in the staff. And recently, I think there was it 270,000 or something? Can't be. Couldn't be as many as that, could it? I don't know. Working for the BBC. What's your favourite alcoholic drink? None of them, Dylan. I don't drink alcohol. I'd love to invite Alex Ferguson. Yes. Can we not have 4 people and have Alex Ferguson as well? So you'd have Jesus Christ, you'd have James Watt, Lord Reith, Alex Ferguson, Robert Burns, Francie and Josie, yes, Jimmy Shand, Kenneth McKellar. These are all great people. So there we go. Now, who else have we got here? Lots of lovely messages. I like that. It's fantastic. Desmond Tutu, Albert Einstein, and Norman Wisdom. Somebody said Einstein wasn't the genuine article. I don't know about that one. What about Isaac Newton? There we are. Where did Dinky-Doo come from? I made it up, John, as my call sign and my catchphrase. So everybody knows. Actually, Dinky-Doo is probably bigger than Scottie McClue, and 2 billion people know Scottie McClue. There we are. Dinky-Doo, absolutely. Jay Bennett, yes, a good friend of mine. Andrew Carnegie. Now, I don't know what he was like, Andrew Carnegie, to have for dinner. He was a remarkable man, and I can see where you're coming from. Right, guys, who are we having to dinner? Guess who's coming to dinner? What about that? I don't know. I'd quite like to invite Jesus' father, but I'm not sure if he would come. You know, nobody comes to the Father but through me. I love the Dinky-Doo that you say all the time. Well, I've been saying it for 30 years this June. Ciao from Italy, Elena, sì, bella, bella, bellissimo. So lovely to have you with us. I'm having supper with tea tonight, sparkles. I've got my tea here, and it's beautiful. There it is, Dinky-Doo. We love it. There we go. Who else are we having? Dinky-Doo, I say. Yes, the Scottish American Steel Tycoon. I'm very familiar with Andrew Carnegie from Dunfermline. And, of course, he built Skibo Castle. Billy Connolly would be a good laugh. Yes, I'd love to have Billy as well, Shadwell. I don't know if Billy would want to come. Would Billy want to be there with James Watt, Jesus? Who else did we say? Jesus' father, if he would come. Who else? Lord Reith. You know, I'm not sure what Lord Reith would make of Billy. Young man. How's Billy's health nowadays? Hopefully he's okay, Kulelo. Last time I saw him on the telly. Need to have some females. Yes, who would we have? What about, would we have my grandmother? She'd be wonderful. She was interesting. What about, would we have Emmeline and Christabel Pankhurst? That would be a thought. What do you think, Emmeline Cost. What about Queen Mary? She was interesting. What about our Mary? That would be amazing. Fantastic. Can you imagine? They were, okay, Ta, says Keith. Yes, absolutely. Who? Says Shadwell. Pancake Tuesday approaches, Scotty. Will you celebrate it? Of course I will. I will be doing a fair bit of tossing. And I think a little bit of lemon would be quite nice, guys. And to do the maple syrup. Pancakes, yes, the pancakes. The suffragettes. Women's suffrage. Setting the women free. What's the best job you've ever had? I do it every single day of my life. Yes, I finished it today at quite early, 4 o'clock. There we are, wonderful stuff. What would be in the menu, Scotty? Well, depending on who was coming, we would break bread. So there would be bread and wine. For man was born in Palestine and lives today in bread and wine. Yes, so I think there would definitely be bread and there would be wine. I might have to have non-alcoholic wine. There we are. Jimmy Shand on the box. Yes, we thought we'd have Jimmy Shand and Kenneth McKellar. Shrove Tuesday, Pancake Tuesday, and Ash Wednesday. So I'll get my ashes this year. Wonderful stuff. Happening, Big Scotty. How's you, Ryan? How lovely to have you with us. And a big Dinky-Doo from Scotty McClue. I say, never a dull moment. So lovely to have you all with us. What should we have in the menu? Fish to start with. Why don't we go for a proper dinner and have a starter, maybe pear and tarragon sauce? And then why don't we go for the fish course? Yes. So we could maybe have Dover sole or a trout. And then for the main course, roast beef, steak pie, ham, hoch, mince. We could do Nouvelle cuisine and have like maybe 2 greens of mince. Nut cutlet for the vegetarians. There must be something we could have for the pure vegans. Sirloin steak would be lovely. What about fillet steak? Whose horse is that? That one there, the one behind me. Can you see it? Excellent stuff. Maybe the crag bun. Well, sadly, John, the crag bun is no more. Now, if I remember correctly, the crag bun opened in 1935. And the last live show I saw at the crag bun was Alec Finlay and the Royal Clansmen with Big Ron Coburn, Will Starr, the accordionist, playing live, Alec Finlay himself. Who else had we got? Some great comedians. Tremendous. There were roast beef, gravy, and potatoes. Keith, absolutely. And then, well, wait a minute, it's a proper dinner. So we've had the fish course and we've had the main course. What do we have after that? Would we have a sticky toffee pudding or something? Will Fife, John Young, yes. A very interesting man. Will Fife died. It was very strange. He fell out the window of an hotel in St. Andrews. And one afternoon, I was out for an afternoon walk when I stayed in the West End. It was bucketing wet. And I thought, right, I've had enough. I need to get a walk. So I walked away up to Lamb Hill Cemetery in Maryhill, the back of Maryhill. And I just was passing, and I knew a lot of the names on the gravestones. And then I saw Will Fife, CBE. I belong to Glasgow. Is that not amazing? So there we are, the man himself. A hot fudge chocolate cake. And then afterwards, cheesecake. So 2 sweets. And then a cheese selection. How are you tonight, Scotty? Says, hi, B. Dave. Hi, B. Dave. Lovely to have you with us. How are we? Dinky-Doo with the high B's. Great stories as always, sir. John Young. So that was the last thing I saw on the Craigburn, which would be in the early 70s. And then in 1975, I was one of the founder members of the Greenock Light Opera Club, the Glow Club, who I believe are still very much in existence. There we are. Oh, right, a fizzy drink float poured on vanilla ice cream. I can't do the advert reel. Salivating, everybody's salivating. Greenock, Dinky-Doo, Gary. Yes, indeed. We love Greenock. If you've just joined us, folks, and you're wondering what on earth is going on, you're watching Scottie McClue, the world's top broadcaster, the world's most humble man, just in case you thought there was any trumpet blowing there. The first lord of the internet, hashtag FloatI, capital F, capital L, capital O, capital T, capital I. FloatI. So there we are, first lord of the internet. Port Glasgow here, but I'll take it. Gary, absolutely take it, because you're part of the very fine Inverclyde. Where are you from yourself, Scotty? Some accent, love it. This is what you call a Greenockian accent. This is the way we all speak in Greenock, or as somebody called it, Greenock. 1 in 4 human beings know this man. They do. 2 billion people have heard of Scottie McClue. Could you imagine if they all came on here tonight? Could you serve them if they came into your shop? If we had 2 billion followers on TikTok, we could ask them all to send us a quid or $1, and I could do good works with it. Do you like Edinburgh, the capital? I don't like Edinburgh, no. I love Edinburgh. No danger, you're only down the road talking like that. Hope to bump into you sometime. Nae bother at all, pal Ken. Ha ha, says email, Dinky-Doo. That's what it's all about. Are you in the mood for singing? I belong to Glasgow, dear old Glasgow town. If not just now, maybe another time. I can't sing it in case it's copyrighted and we get hit with a copyright. And we just don't want that. Desmond Tutu, Albert Einstein, Norman Wisdom, Safar, yes. Now, Norman Wisdom would be an outstanding dinner guest. He had such a tough life. His father threw him out. He found his father and went to see him, and his father said, get out, don't ever come back. What kind of person does that to his son? Dinky-Doo, Scotty, thoughts on Russia? Such a shame that Mr. Putin's acting up, but he is an educated man, and I don't think he'll push the button. But then again, if I'm wrong, see ya. There we are. New bonnet, Gary. Yes. Well, no, this one's, oh, no, Gary. What? Sorry, I had another one on the other night. This one's well-seasoned, as we say in Aberdeen. You still remember me, Sarah? How could I forget you? You are absolutely charming and brilliant. And the last time I think you were starting your arts and crafts business. Am I right, or am I right, Sarah? And we had some lovely, lovely chats. Nobody pressing buttons. No button pressing. You know, besides, if they were going to press the buttons, surely McClue would have the codes and wouldn't let them out of his sight. You don't think I'm going to trust either of that lot with them, do you? Jim McLeod and Jim Blair, good Scottish country dance bands, beautiful. Beautiful, Murray. Jim McLeod was a great friend of mine. And Jim was on the board of the Stirlingshire radio station I started up. And I remember going up to have afternoon tea with Jim at Dunblane Hydro. He was the most charming, funny, delightful man. And of course, Jim, we gave him a show on the new station, and he was tremendous. And we also he had a show on Radio Clyde at the time as well. So there we are. So Jim McLeod, a real top name and a lovely, lovely man and a superb musician, outstanding. Who should be the dinner music entertainment? Well, we're just saying Jim McLeod, Jimmy Shand. If Kenneth McKellar was a dinner guest, would it be fair to ask him to give us a song? I don't know. Any coincidence Russia waited for Trump to go before invasion? Oh, yes, Kunino. Huge coincidence. Do you think that Mr. Putin would be cheeking up to Mr. Trump? I don't think so. But he's quite happy to give it that to Uncle Joe, Follow us as soon as you can. What would happen if Trump was still president? I think the two of them would be never off the phone. I spoke to Mr. Putin this morning. So there we are. Dinky-Doo. I agree. Best American singer of all time. Kenneth McKellar. Kenneth McKellar was a Scot. Best Scottish singer of all time. But he was a worldwide ambassador for Scotland, Kenneth. And I spoke to a friend of mine who's a top musician. And I said, did you ever work with Kenneth McKellar? He said, just once. He actually spent more time warming up than he did singing. And I said, that's why he was so great. Tremendous. Putin v. Trump. Are you a bit of a chanter? Give us a wee sing-song of your own choosing. Gary, we can't sing songs in case they're copyright. You're still on the radio these days, Scotty. Paul, haven't been on the radio for over a year. But there's talk of me going back on now for the 30th anniversary. So there you go. You need to have a word with Putin, Scotty. Well, I will. But, and I would definitely take his call. Don't think for a second I wouldn't take his call. But he hasn't rung me as yet. But he may be watching the stream, you see. Elvis, Scotty, 2 billion records sold. Yes, but real Justin, you might be a doubting Thomas on this biblical reference. See what I just did there? But Jimmy Shand outsold Elvis. Jimmy Shand was the highest selling artist of all time. Just because everybody right across the empire bought Jimmy Shand records to dance to, because he was a strict tempo box player and a lovely man. There we are, a very nice man, Jimmy Shand. Oh, a shame, fair play. No, not at all, Gary, no problem. I'd be delighted to give you a song. Would love to hear you back in the airwaves. Our parents at the moon landing, we have Scotty McClue, #FloatI, email.1. You are so very, very kind. Guys, I've just realized the time. I'm going to have to go soon. There we are, Gary Mackay. What a lovely, 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 generous man. Gary is sending me no end of red roses. I don't know what's going on here. It's very, very kind. 38 red roses. Thank you, Gary. You're a very, very lovely person. And do you know that Keith, the wonderful Keith Snedden, sent yet another £5 on the YouTube, tapping the dollar bill at the bottom left on the YouTube channel live. Ah, you're beautiful, beautiful people. And it all goes towards a new microphone. Wonderful. Too many wet blankets these days. So there we are. Absolutely, Bob. That's what's going on. Enjoy your night, Biggin. Tell the people your entertainment isn't free. I know, Gary, but McClue has always received applause or derision on his merits. And if the people watching think I'm any good, they will reward me with a little TikTok or a red rose or a kiss. There's Gary Mackay sending yet another 40 red. Oh, my goodness me. What's he doing? 50 red, more than 50. Gary Mackay, what are you doing? You'll bankrupt yourself, man. You'll clean yourself out, as we say in Scotland. 68 red roses and 34. That's 113 red roses. Guys, thank you. If you are feeling flush on TikTok, you can always send me a little gift. Scotty for PM, email.1. You're very kind. John Carmichael, what an entertainer. Do you know Murray? When I was a student, John played for the dances at the Royal Scottish Academy. And I reminded him of it just about a month ago. He said, when was that, Scotty? I said, John, you used to play, and I called out the dances. We had a disco, and we had a Scottish country dance going on at the same time. And I would go into the disco and get everybody to come into the Scottish country dance, and they enjoyed themselves 10 times more in the Scottish country dance than they did in the disco, because the wonderful John Carmichael was playing. And John, if you go on to Facebook and look up John Carmichael, you can join him for live concerts, and you'll hear him If you go onto Scottie McClue's Facebook page, you'll hear him playing the Dark Island. It's outstanding. Lovely man as well. There's accordion session starting our local community centre soon. VJ, you should go along and then pass on your wisdom to McClue. That's what I say to you. What's the time? Oh, for goodness sake. Wet blankets can't handle Scotty. I am half can, says Gary. Just stumbled upon you, mate. You've cheered me right up. Dinky-Doo, Gary. No wonder. 4-3 is going to take place. Well, if it is, then good luck every day, and I'll see you all. But I don't think so. And I think they should hand over the codes to McClue, and I'll change the codes so that they can't press the button. And I'll keep them under my pillow. There we are. Will you play the squeeze box? I will, just for you. Right, I'll play the squeeze box before I go. Sitting on the porch on the box. Yes, Murray, do you watch, John? Lovely man. John Carmichael. Resident band leader at Scottish Television, STV. Tremendous for all the things. John Carmichael. I think John would have been on Thingamajig, if I remember rightly. It's all a little bit hazy these days, but they were wonderful, wonderful days. I loved working for ITV. Right, guys, here we go. Lovely, guys. Thank you so much for putting up with that. There we are. And we've played the squeeze box, so I can't see World War taking place now. Can you? Scottie McClue in the squeeze box will have calmed them all down. There we go. No chance. Not for the Ukraine. Tell me about it. Gary just sent a Ferris wheel. Now, guys, a Ferris wheel is a huge gift on TikTok. Thank you. Thank you. There we are. Who have we got? Yes, says Murray. Did you like that, Murray? Brilliant, says Kirsty. Susan's giving me the clap. There we are. We haven't had that for a while. Excellent stuff. Now, what else have we got? Squeeze box, Amazing Grace. Will you play the squeeze box? We've just done it for you. Sparkles. More people watched Elvis's live from Hawaii satellite concert than the Apollo moon landing. They did, real Justin. And always remember, Jimmy Shand outsold Elvis. So could you have imagined Jimmy Shand live from the Hawaii satellite concert? Isn't Putin helping his own oppressed people in parts of the Ukraine? I would hope he is at the same time, but to me, dropping bombs and rockets and sending fire bombs out the barrel of a tank isn't really helping oppression terribly much, to be honest. Yeah, he's brilliant. Dinky-Doo. Now, who have we got? Yes, big man. He's a tune. He was from Scottish descent. Elvis Presley, Scotty. Yes, yes. I would have liked to see Murray O'Donnell has sent me £4.49. You generous, generous, generous man. Murray, you've been very, 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 very kind to me in the past. That is very, very good of you, and it really is appreciated. You're a dear man. There we are. You'll get it back when you and I go out to that little watering hole we were talking about earlier. Now then, I'm going to have to dash, guys. I didn't realize the time. Pretty awesome, says Shodster. Did you like that, Shodster? Amazing. A big, brawny Prince Charlie. Loch Lomond would be beautiful in that. We'll do that sometime. Legend right here on Earth. Lovely tune. Not the Pretender, the well played. There we are. Dinky-Doo. It's brilliant, innit? Scotty, you've got me greeting now. Betty Joe, no. Or you'll set me off. We don't want that. Cheers, Big Un. If you played Loch Lomond, then that would be absolutely beautiful. My dad was a big Jimmy Shand fan. Highland Cathedral, yes, we'd do that for you. I beg to defer, but I respect and honour your opinion. Absolutely real, Justin. The Irish Rover, says Gary. Yes, indeed. The Irish Rover. It's nearly 10 p.m. and yay. I know we need to go. Is it? Yes, it's 9:41, guys. We need to dash. We need to dash off. His cheeks are going to turn red if you send any more gifts. I know. Murray O'Donnell, how's it going, big man? Thank you. All right, Scotty, my man. Hi, Scotty, says Susan. That's Susan down in Lancashire. Hi, Susan. I hope you're well and doing fine. And Dinky-Doo. And thank you so much. Got to pay the fiddler for his tune. Oh, Murray O'Donnell, but that's very generous. Thank you. You and Keith. Everybody yodel, yes. Right, I'm going to have to say, Dinky-Doo. Fantastic. I'm going to have to dash, guys. What a beautiful, beautiful live tonight. What a blast. Right, we'll catch up soon. Don't forget the internet phone-in is live on Saturday night at 9 o'clock sharp. Never miss it. It's on the YouTube channel. So some of you TikTokers get on to Scottie McClue's YouTube channel. The internet phone-in, Scottie McClue, the internet phone-in, it's called. And also get following on TikTok. That's what it's all about. When you say, stick your tongue out. Cheers, mate. Having a good night. Absolutely. And thank you very much. Thanks, Scotty. Take care. Shadwell, no bother. Glad to find you again, big man. No problem, Gary. Have a great night, Scotty, says Sparkles. Right. I'm going to say Dinky-Doo to every single one of you. I'll sing you the goodbye song. Are we ready? Join in. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. And a cheerio. Cheerio, my beautiful, beautiful friends. And as we say in the best of circles, Dinky-Doo, and stick your tongue out and say ta-ta. Papa. Papa. Fantastic. That's our beautiful TikTokers. They've had to dash off, and we absolutely love them. So, all right, my man, absolutely doggy froggy. There we are. And my old grandfather used to sing Rise and Follow Charlie to that tune, Scotty. Yes, hush and vo and vo and vo. We must rise and follow Charlie. Wonderful stuff, Dinky-Doo. So there we are. Right, I'm going to have to dash. Thanks again for all the kindness and generosity on the YouTube. I'm just seeing that I've got everybody. Yes, indeed. Murray, thanks again. Keith, thanks again. And thank you to all our beautiful TikTokers. This is Scottie McClue saying Dinky-Doo.